Plymouth have beaten Liverpool in the FA Cup, one of the great cup upsets in modern history. This is a Liverpool side who are the best team on the continent, the best team in the world. Let's be completely real. Clearing the Champions League, top by 6 points, potentially 9 points in the Premier League and the League Cup final. This Liverpool side, balanced, strong, and Plymouth made them look like a championship side today, a side that missed big chances, that made rookie errors defensively as well. There will be a big debate if this matters that much to Liverpool. Obviously, they've got the Premier League to focus on, the Champions League. It's a squad that really did need a rest. It needed a lot of rotation. You look at this Liverpool side in the final 5 to 10 minutes. Look, some of the substitutions that were made had energy, but apart from that, there were 4, 5, 6 players I thought that it's a little bit leggy, a little bit flat. They're playing a game every 3 days for the next 15 games. So it's going to be absolutely crazy for Liverpool in terms of other things. And the League Cup final is more important than this game. Champions League knockout stages coming up as well for Liverpool. We're going to break down the goal, the big moments, the big misses at the end for Liverpool and where this leaves them as well. But we have to just talk about Plymouth Argyle. This is a side that got into the Championship last season. Obviously, a lot of drama around their manager. Schumacher leaving for Stoke City. Wayne Rooney coming in. Now Muslic coming in. One win in the league since November. Then they beat West Bromwich Albion last week. Now they've beaten Liverpool Football Club. It's a ringing endorsement for the beauty of the FA Cup. It's a ringing endorsement for the strength of the second division as well. Because, I know there's about 40 places that divide Plymouth Argyle and Liverpool Football Club at the moment. But Plymouth looked like they could match Liverpool's physicality. They could match their quality on the ball even at points. I think it's a ringing endorsement because we see so many sides get promoted out of the Championship and they get absolutely battered in the Premier League. Look at Southampton this season. Even, you could argue, Ipswich have struggled this season in the Premier League. So for Argyle, I know it's a one-off game. It's a cup final almost for Plymouth Argyle in their own right. At home as well. Massive. But it's a ringing endorsement for the strength of the second division that Plymouth Argyle, strong side, even though they're rock bottom of the Championship. They've got more than enough quality to stay in the league as well if you look at it. And they're only a few points off surviving in the Championship as well. They'll be focused on that in a big, big way. But there are so many standout performances from Plymouth Argyle. I think you've got to be a little bit disappointed if you're Liverpool and Arne Slot, because there's still a very, very strong 11 here for Liverpool. You're talking Chiesa, that was the only big money transfer in the summer. I think it was his first start for Liverpool, which is crazy. I think it's his 10th appearance, but his first start. Harvey Elliott, McConnell was fantastic last season at points. I think in the League Cup final as well he played. You got Jota, Diaz, Quant, I'm a big fan of. So there's a lot of strength here. It's all well and good saying Salah's not playing, Trent's not playing, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, McAllister, but there was enough quality here that Liverpool had to be a little bit better than they were. I mean, a couple of players that I was really disappointed in. Nioni in midfield, young kid, misplacing a lot of balls. A lot of the intensity of that midfield for Liverpool was lost, and he's only a young kid. You can't blame him. But the one player with the responsibility in that midfield to make things happen, to have that end product, to have that quality, is Harvey Elliott. This is a guy that's got a lot to prove. I think he wants to stay at Liverpool despite his limited kind of minutes and appearances and starts for Liverpool. He's got the ability and the ceiling to be starting for Liverpool. I think everyone thinks that. He was starting on the right wing at points for Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, coming in and out of the side with Mohamed Salah, in and out of the side in midfield as well. And he obviously gives away the penalty. We'll talk about that in a minute. But his link-up play today I thought was really, really poor. Is it down to Plymouth's fantastic pressing? Yes. Is it down to Plymouth's fantastic midfield of Giabi, Punchaz at left wing-back, Randall as well in midfield was absolutely fantastic today. High energy. But still, Harvey Elliott had moments of possession where even the 90th minute when Liverpool were chasing the game, hoofing balls over, not linking up play, not finding his man. Basics today that were really, really subpar and average. In the first half, I think Liverpool didn't get at Plymouth at all. I know they had a bit of an injury with Joe Gomez, which was unfortunate. They lost that steal of Endo being in midfield. That could have pushed them up 5-10 yards potentially in the game and given their front three a little bit more kind of immediate service from that midfield, a little bit quicker, like Liverpool. Liverpool likes to turn over the ball quick and move it through midfield ASAP into the front three and create havoc, and they weren't able to do that today. I think a large part of it was losing Endo into the midfield, into the defence from midfield. The midfield felt flat. It felt it lacking in kind of quality today. Even McConnell had to step into midfield. Then he went back to right back, and there wasn't enough there. He missed a big chance at the end as well. So for me, it fell apart from the midfield. I think Liverpool lost the midfield battle today to Plymouth Argyle. Lots of the ball, but they weren't able to service their front three, and they paid the price because in the second half, I don't know what Harvey Elliott's doing. The ball comes in from I think it's a corner. And he puts his arms up. It's absolutely Sunday League, absolutely embarrassing. Sometimes you can bemoan the referee if your hands are down by your side and it's a marginal call. But having your hands that high up for a seasoned professional like Harvey Elliott, who's played so many games for Liverpool, it's still such a tender age. It's amateur stuff, it really is. And it gave Ryan Hardy an unbelievable opportunity to make history. I mean, it'd be one of the biggest moments in Plymouth Argyle's history in at least 30, 40, 50 years. It really is a massive, massive moment for the club, who could get relegated this season. A lot of drama around Wayne Rooney. And I'm glad Wayne Rooney wasn't in the dugout today. I'm glad that they brought in Muslic, who's obviously had a turnaround. They're playing for their side. They're far more stubborn defensively. Wayne Rooney, it would have been about Wayne Rooney versus Arne Slot. It would have been Wayne Rooney versus Liverpool. It would have had a lot more attention on the fixture because of Wayne Rooney versus what a beautiful side like Plymouth Argyle with fantastic fans can do in a game like this, just by themselves, by being workmanlike, having quality in the final third, and scoring big penalties. And it wasn't about Wayne Rooney, which I'm really glad about today, to be honest. Ryan Hardy smashes it home. It's an unbelievable effort. And from that point on, really, you're looking at Liverpool to create some chances. There's one moment where Jota gets the ball on the left-hand side, smashes it across the face of the box. Darwin Núñez nowhere to be seen. If you believe in the idea that Darwin Núñez is now a rotational player, comes off the bench for £85 million, he has to be doing far better, gambling more and being more ruthless. If you've only got 20 minutes to impress when you're 1-0 down against Plymouth Argyle, you have to do a lot more. And he's got more than enough ability to have done a lot more against Plymouth Argyle, put their centre-backs, who looked absolutely shattered at points today, put in such an unbelievable performance, and rightly so. But he was brought on to really terrorise Plymouth, and he didn't. He didn't at all. The ball across from Jota, it was missed. Chiesa had this chance late on as well. Misses it. Then he has an opportunity to play this ball into the far post for a header from a kind of a rebound from a corner. He goes out for a goal kick. The quality today in the front three would be very, very alarming for Arne Slot, because these guys aren't a million miles away from being in Champions League knockout games. These guys aren't a million miles away from playing crucial Premier League games coming up. Even the League Cup final, which is going to be very difficult against Newcastle United. You could argue Harvey Elliott, Endo, Jota, Diaz, Tsimikas at left back, Quansah, all these guys that I've just named could all easily come in and start for Liverpool if there are key injuries to Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, etc., Van Dijk. So the standard has to be a little bit better than what they put on in the final minutes against Plymouth, in my opinion. Quansah as well. I'm going to talk about Quansah, a kid that obviously came in from League One football the season before last, Bristol Rovers. Was really highly rated last season. I thought he was fantastic at points last season, Quansah. Starts the first game against Ipswich, and he hasn't really been trusted since, has he? He's not really been trusted for Liverpool, for Arne Slot. And he came in today, had to play even more, had more of a focus on him because of Joe Gomez. He was obviously the most experienced centre-back on the pitch for Liverpool. His distribution was poor today. His link-up play was poor today. And that rings throughout the whole side, because if the Liverpool centre-backs can't play out, if there's no Trent, if there's no Van Dijk, if there's no Robertson with quality on the ball coming out, then nothing sticks. There's no glue. And I felt Liverpool today had no rhythm, no patterns of play. Some chances at the end, as I said, that were missed. But ultimately, Liverpool will be very, very frustrated with the 11 that they put out against Plymouth Argyle, not being able to punish Plymouth Argyle and get back in the game. A bit like how Man City did, just keeping the ball and being a little bit more ruthless with their chances. A big moment for Plymouth Argyle, 5th round of the FA Cup. On some level, Plymouth Argyle have won the FA Cup. This is their version of winning the FA Cup, be it in the potential champions of England, the potential champions of Europe. Ringing endorsement for Muslic, ringing endorsement for Hazard, who made an unbelievable save last minute in goal. Katic, centre back, unbelievable as well. The whole 11 were fantastic. The right wing back for Plymouth, Sarinola, he made this unbelievable block on Darwin Núñez. So it wasn't necessarily Liverpool being that bad. I thought they were subpar today. I thought there'll be a lot of lessons learned for Arne Slot. This is a big hurdle for him to get over, going into potential banana skin games in the Premier League, the Champions League early round on the knockout stages, and of course Newcastle United. It'll be more of a learning stage. No one's expecting Liverpool to win the FA Cup and multiple trophies already this season. It'll be a bit of an eye-opener. But the players that come in for injured players, the centre-back, Quansah today, the front three, he'll learn about who he fancies if Salah gets injured. Diaz started the game today. Diaz, do you know what I mean? You're thinking you need a little bit more from Luis Diaz as well. Big moment for Plymouth Argyle, huge for them. Liverpool, Arne Slot will have to take a little bit of a deep dive about the players that he can trust in those kind of the first and second and third substitution kind of selections in bigger games for Liverpool when the big boys are back. Still, it's a big upset. One of the biggest that Liverpool have had in many years, actually. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you very soon.